Hi, welcome to Gewoon Chiropractie, day 3. Today I wanted to talk to you about how we are looking at patients' spines and what we're using. And besides my hands and good old-fashioned know-how, we're using this up here on the wall. I don't know if you can see it. It's thermal imaging. The camera is actually right there in front of you. If you pan over here, the unit's sent over there, and then we send everything over here to our touch screen. But I wanted to give you an idea of what full body thermal imaging, not 2-point thermal imaging, does. This is one of our patients that we did today. We actually got approval, so you don't have to worry about it, but you can't see his name, it's just no big deal. But what we're looking at here is a full body thermal imaging with an 8 degrees separation between 32 degrees and 44 degrees Celsius. We take that and we adjust it down to focus on what we want to look at. But as you can see here, this is our one patient. He's coming in, sinuses are infected. Boom. There's like everywhere you can see. He's got some problems with his neck, but his biggest problem, his biggest complaint is the fact that his right shoulder is weaker than his left shoulder. And if we see this, you can see some of the stuff going down on the right side, but it's not very, well, specific at this point. I know that he's got some sinus issues. I know that the muscle tension in the neck is increased according to the surrounding area. And if we look at the next one, we come over, you can see the back. Now you can see the difference. So everywhere where it's white and everywhere that it's red, and here you can see bilateral SI fixation. Everywhere that's showing this, especially in his rhomboids, which is on his right side, this is his weak side. We can see that it's not coming from his shoulder. His shoulder is fine, but his rhomboids and his cervicals and everything on that right side is causing his muscles not to be as active or as strong as the muscles on the left side. So that in and of itself is a good enough reason for us to do it, because I can now see, and what they're saying to me is, how can that machine see my pain? But I can see where their pain is, and instead of talking about pain, I can correlate it back to, well, if this is being irritated here at C1 through C5 and down here in the thoracic area, then what is that doing to your organs? What's that doing to your heart, to your lungs, to your thyroid, to your glands, to your skin cells, to everything? So by looking at the outside, we can see what's going on the inside. And if you take I want to show you this one, this next one over here. I feel like a newscaster. Coming over here. We look at symmetry, and if you look at this, when we did this, you can basically see his fingers are completely and totally obliterated. That's because the nerve impulse isn't even getting down there, so the peripheral nervous system isn't functioning normally. So the blood vessels aren't dilating, and that's what this tells us. It shows us how the peripheral nervous system is being affected. If you don't understand that, a lot of people, after they get adjusted, start sweating like crazy. That's because you've activated the peripheral nervous system. Everything is starting to flow. Lymph drainage is flowing. Blood is flowing. Muscles are getting energy. Muscles are getting healing and nutrients and white blood cells and red blood cells and everything they need to survive. So our goal with this isn't to, change everything. Our goal is to get everything within a normal range of temperature, and that's somewhere between 32 and, say, 31 degrees. Go to the next one. Oh, no, don't go there. Sorry about that. There, and then we go with the arms up. What you're seeing here on the arm is he had a band on. I forgot to tell him to take it off. But again, you can see all the different areas that we want to focus on. And it takes the guesswork out of it. It also, when I get a better one, I'll show you, you can actually see dermatomal pain patterns. And that just makes me be able to know that if this is colder than this, then the C5 is being impinged on the right, or coming down into here, or C6, or C7, or T1, and so on and so forth. Even as much as showing L1, L2, L3 in the legs as a different coloration. I can literally direct this back to where I need to adjust. And this is what we're doing here at Gewoon Chiropractic. We're trying to use all the newest technology and innovations that we can to help better serve you and to take the guesswork out of your care. So when you basically come in and you come in for pain, we're going to try to steer you away from pain and steer you towards function, because pain is irrelevant in this situation. Looking at this, because he has no pain anywhere, he just has function that's not working properly. And by looking at this, we can actually stop talking about pain and start talking about vitality, and start talking about how the organs are responding, and start talking about how the skin is responding, and start talking how everything in the body responds to one simple thing. Is it irritated and inflamed, or is it normal and non-inflamed? And that's what thermal imaging can help us do. It doesn't look at anything except the surface, but it relates the surface to what's going on the inside. So that's what we're doing here today at Gewoon Chiropractie. I hope you've enjoyed our little explanation. I'm a little hyped up on caffeine because, you know, I'm a little excited. But with that, I'd like to say thank you and give a quick tour around the room. This is our thermography suite. So you can see there's our next patient lying behind the chair. But we focus our entire care here off of what we can find definitively instead of guessing. And in all honesty, at the end of the day, it shows because the patients don't question it. They can see what's wrong with them. And actually, they get questions of, how can this thing see my pain? So if you're interested in learning more about this, you can just ask a question or contact Chirotherm, Dr. Anthony, or you can come in and see us directly and we'll see what's going on with your spine. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me, and I'm sorry for the hyped up caffeine talk. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.